We continue to fight the alarming status quo, but the fight has just gotten harder. The results of the recent elections have now all but solidified Duterte's control over all three branches of government, with the opposition failing to win any seat in the Senate, leaving the minority in the Senate even more minuscule and vulnerable. Whether this was actually a blanket public endorsement of Duterte and his resolutions, there were certainly enough anomalies in the conduct of the elections that the Commission on Elections is being asked to account. What is certain is the recent electoral results will only further embolden Duterte and his forces. And so even as our work continues all the same, we also have to brace for harder storms ahead. We cannot operate on the assumption that democracies will course correct on their own. Whether in the Philippines or elsewhere, we cannot assume that the storm will simply pass, that the country will eventually see sense and move towards justice and progress, that voters will see evidence and elect better leaders, leaders who won't attack women, leave a city ruined and promptly shun responsibility, and kill thousands in a futile and inutile policy. Our recent elections alone prove that. For instance, the chief implementer of the brutal war on drugs, despite the thousands killed, is now a senator. The violence of misogyny, the brutality of the war on drugs, the neglect of Marawi, these aberrations have existed before. And despite our best efforts, will likely exist for some time more. These are crimes for which there must someday come a full accounting. But at the same time, it is also becoming clear that more than the violence, the brutality, and the neglect, for the rest of the world, the crime of our times is silence.